You know, we've all seen it in the movies, right? A machine that can think, reason, and learn just like a person. For decades, that was pure science fiction. But now, artificial general intelligence, or AGI, has absolutely blasted out of Hollywood and straight into the real world, kicking off one of the most intense and frankly important debates of our time.
So what are we actually talking about when we say AGI? Look, this isn't just another clever app that's really good at one thing, like playing chess or sorting your email. No, we're talking about a machine with the same kind of broad, flexible, problem-solving intelligence that we have. Think of it like Jarvis from Iron Man, a true digital mind that can learn on the fly, adapt, and pretty much tackle any problem you can throw at it. Okay, but what's the big deal right now? Why has this futuristic idea all of a sudden become so incredibly urgent? Well, it's because the future isn't just coming, it's coming at us at an unbelievable speed.
Just take a look at this. The timeline for AGI has been shrinking at a frankly astonishing rate. I mean, just a few years back, the experts were telling us to expect it in, decades. Now, some of those same predictions have been slashed to as little as 5 years. The future is no longer some distant someday. It's knocking on our door, right now.
So, is this all just hype, or are we really on the verge of some massive breakthrough? Let's dig into the evidence that has so many experts convinced we're close, and it all starts with a research paper that just completely rocked the world of AI. The claim they made was, well, it was nothing short of extraordinary. You see, Microsoft researchers got an early look at GPT-4, and they didn't just see a slightly smarter AI. No, they saw what they described as sparks of a totally new kind of intelligence, something that looked a whole lot more like us.
And you can really see why they were so stunned. This thing wasn't just a language model anymore. It was solving complex problems in areas it was never explicitly trained for, from writing intricate computer code to passing the bar exam. It even seemed to show a basic theory of mind, which is a key ingredient of human consciousness.
And this isn't just, a gut feeling from some researchers. On a test that was specifically designed to measure this kind of general intelligence, a recent AI model from OpenAI didn't just pass, it actually scored higher than the average human. That is a huge milestone.
But here's the thing. For all of its brilliance, this new intelligence can be surprisingly weird. It can be brittle. So let's see what happens when we throw it a little curveball, a simple riddle that requires just a little bit of human wit.
And it completely whiffs. The answer, of course, is a crane. GPT-4 gives a response that's, technically true, but it totally misses the point. It's actually a pretty hilarious reminder of the massive gulf that still exists between raw computational power and genuine human-like understanding.
So, what do the skeptics say? Well, there's a growing chorus of leading AI researchers who are sounding the alarm, and they're arguing that for all the hype, we might actually be heading down a dead-end street in the search for true AGI.
I mean, listen to this from Jan LeCun, who is one of the absolute pioneers of modern AI. He's basically saying we can't just build a bigger engine to get to AGI. We need a completely new kind of engine because we're still missing some fundamental scientific breakthroughs about how intelligence actually works.
And this right here, this is the central debate raging in the AI world. On one side, you've got the scaling hypothesis, this idea that we just need to keep making our current models bigger, throwing more data at them, and eventually we'll get there. But on the other side, you have people who believe we've hit a brick wall and need a totally radical new approach, maybe something inspired by the human brain itself.
And here's the killer metaphor that critics use. Are these AIs really thinking, or are they just stochastic parrots? It's a brilliant, kind of brutal image, a machine that's just mindlessly repeating words and phrases it's seen before without any genuine understanding of what any of it actually means.
But let's just forget about if or when for a second. Let's talk about what happens the day after AGI arrives. Because whether it's in 5 years or 50, the moment it's here, our world will be changed forever, in ways we can barely even begin to imagine.
A recent analysis from the Rand Corporation really lays out this new geopolitical chessboard. Will one country or one company get an unbeatable head start? Could this spark a new kind of Cold War? And then there's maybe the most terrifying question of all. Can we solve the alignment problem and make sure that this new superintelligence is actually on our side?
And it's not just about geopolitics. The impact on our jobs, well, it could be seismic. Goldman Sachs estimates that AI could automate the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs. And this isn't just about a few industries changing. This is about the entire nature of work being rewritten from the ground up.
And here's what that looks like.
A staggering 2/3 of all jobs in the US and Europe could be affected by AI automation in some way. Now, while some jobs like teaching are probably pretty safe, a full quarter of all jobs could be wiped out completely.
And that brings us to the biggest fear of all. The risk to our very existence. And listen, this isn't some sci-fi fantasy. This is a direct warning from OpenAI, the people who actually built GPT-4. They're worried that an AGI that's way smarter than us, but doesn't share our values, could become an unstoppable and deadly force.
So, where do we go from here? We are standing at a fork in the road, and the choices we make right now in the next few years could lead us to either a golden age or a catastrophe. So how do we thread this needle? Well, policy experts are suggesting a three-step plan. First, regulate the most powerful AI development like we regulate nuclear power, with strict government licenses. Second, demand bulletproof safety testing before any new AI is let loose on the world. And third, build international agreements, a UN for AI, to manage this tech and prevent a dangerous global arms race. And the reality is, we might not have much time to figure this out. Some forecasters, like the legendary Ray Kurzweil, have been pointing to the year 2029 for AGI's arrival. An MIT report even suggests we could see the first glimmers of it even sooner than that. So, while many experts are still betting on the 2030s or 40s, one thing is absolutely certain: the future is coming at us faster than ever. And so, we are left with this monumental question. Creating an intelligence smarter than ourselves might be our greatest achievement. Or it could be our last. It could unlock a future free from disease, from poverty, or it could unleash forces that we simply cannot control. The path we choose is up to all of us, and we are going to need every ounce of wisdom and foresight we can find to navigate it safely.